Hi folks, I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness. This is a video that I really didn't want to make, and frankly I can't believe I have to. Today we're updating you on the ever more screwed up cockfighting case in Lawrence County, Ohio. You may recall that on January 3rd, 2021, another shark investigator and I were attacked when we went to the entrance of property owned by James and Becky Newcomb, who were holding an illegal cockfight. James Newcomb and an accomplice, Shannon Clark, attacked me.
That's my violation, motherfucker. Drive! Get out of there! Drive! Last chance, please, or you die here.
I received a head laceration requiring 6 staples, a broken rib, a separated back, and extensive bruising. Newcomb and Clark then rammed my associate Adam Fonstock's vehicle with a pickup until Adam's vehicle was forced off the road. Adam was not seriously injured, but his vehicle was totaled. Although Newcomb and Clark were quickly identified, they weren't arrested. It was almost 2 months before they were even charged, and even then they were allowed to remain free. Within a few weeks, the Newcombs were holding more cockfights. We broke one up just 4 weeks later, on January 30, by going to the sheriff.
Okay, and what were you needing?
I want to report a cockfight.
We had to push very hard to finally get someone to go out.
Has anybody gone out there tonight to check out the property to see
No,
if
ma'am, I don't have a warrant to step foot on that property.
to, like, see if there's any activity going
There's a
on?
big metal gate right there at the end of the property that I can't get past.
Okay.
I can't turn around and violate their rights.
Well, I'm not asking you to,
So-
but I was just seeing if you had, gone out there to even see.
No, I haven't been out there, no.
Okay.
I've been on other calls.
Okay.
So you guys can't just go up and talk to them and ask them if they'll let you on the properties? Because that happens a lot with all their...
Yeah.
I'm not going to impede an investigation that's already going on.
There have been other cockfights at the Newcomb property, but we learned about most of them only after they occurred. Advance notice for an event scheduled for July 18, however, gave us time to plan. When the July 18 cockfight was held, a shark camera was inside. Both the Newcombs were filmed. James Newcomb was at times inside the cockfight pit, while Becky Newcomb used a computer to arrange and keep track of the fights and announced on the sound system. Meanwhile, other shark investigators went to the headquarters of Lawrence County Sheriff Jeff Lawless to report the illegal event. Sheriff's Deputy Michael DeLauder was promptly dispatched to the property. A shark vehicle saw Deputy DeLauder as he headed for the cockfight. So far, so good. But then DeLauder arrived at the Newcomb property and everything got very weird. Our people at the sheriff's headquarters were updated by a dispatcher who was cordial and professional.
Okay, my officer attempted to make contact at the home.
Okay.
Apparently there was no one there.
At the end, the dispatcher clearly states that Deputy DeLauder attempted to make contact at the home. Another shark investigator later calls the sheriff's office to double-check Deputy DeLauder's claim of negative contact.
One of your officers went to the location and they said that there wasn't anything going on, or was there something going on? Can you clarify that for me, please?
There was negative contact. Nobody was home or something.
4 days later, we're looking for a police report. We received the following response in a phone message.
Looks like subjects came into the lobby and advised of a possible chicken fight at the location and would like someone to go check it out. The disposition is 3-3 negative contact. Cars on property. Looks like old junkyard. So there is no report.
So this time we get the same phrase, no contact, and the code number for it, 33. The police are being very specific about what Deputy DeLauder claims, that he had no contact. And so there is no police report. The problem is Deputy DeLauder's claim is a lie. We know this because an investigator was at the cockfight, undercover. We know Deputy DeLauder never left his car. He didn't have to. He was met by both Becky and James Newcomb at his SUV. DeLauder's no contact claim is absolutely false. Even more disturbing, why did Deputy DeLauder allow an illegal cockfight to continue? There certainly is no doubt that there was an illegal cockfight because we have the video evidence. I tried to get the information the most direct way by calling for Deputy DeLauder.
Lawrence County Sheriff's Office, may I help you?
Could I speak to Deputy DeLauder, please?
He's not here right now. Can I take a message?
Deputy DeLauder never responded. On July 27th, 29th, and 30th, I emailed Sheriff Lawless regarding the cockfight and his lying deputy. Sheriff Lawless never responded. On August 9, I had a call with David Markham, the lead investigator for the Lawrence County Prosecutor's Office. Investigator Markham gave a very different story about Deputy DeLauder's visit to the cockfight property. According to Investigator Markham, Deputy DeLauder was met at the gate of the Newcomb property, where he was told there was no cockfighting. According to Investigator Markham, Deputy DeLauder was denied access onto the property. This claim is in complete conflict with Deputy DeLauder's earlier claim of no contact. But if there was contact, then where's the police report? So now we have more evidence of Deputy DeLauder lying about his encounter with the cockfighters. Investigator Markham also made it clear that the undercover operative we had inside would have to be identified and would receive no protection from the criminal element against whom he is informing. Investigator Markham stated that the prosecutor's office would not, I repeat, would not investigate any corruption of the police because, Markham said, they have to work with them. Now, in my mind, if I'm working with someone, I want to make damn certain they are not corrupt, especially if I'm in law enforcement. So the prosecutor's office wants us to put an undercover operative at risk, even though they can develop their case in other ways, and at the same time won't deal with evidence of police corruption. Such contradictions do not instill confidence in the justice system in Lawrence County, Ohio. You can bet that if it was a police informant who was on the line, they wouldn't burn him, and we won't burn ours. So we have proof of an illegal cockfight and the involvement of the Newcombs, one of whom is already out on bond for serious criminal activity. We know a deputy allowed the illegal cockfight to continue and that he lied about it. The sheriff is silent and will not respond. The county prosecutor will not investigate the police. Nothing is happening to the cockfighters, even though there are many ways law enforcement could develop the case without bringing harm to people. There are other steps local law enforcement can take if they're unwilling to deal with local corruption. They could contact the Ohio Attorney General or various state-level law enforcement agencies and/or the FBI. We have already made all those contacts, but all those agencies are far more likely to act if they get a request from other agencies as opposed to private citizens. So why won't the sheriff or the prosecutor make such a request? Get the investigation of the matter into the hands of those with more resources and without local influences. Clearly, that's the right thing to do. But there's even more to this case. There are recorded threats from the Newcombs against me and people who the Newcombs believe may be working with us. There are threats against Shannon Clark, who was Newcomb's accomplice in the attacks against my associate and me in January, but who has now become an enemy of the Newcombs. The Newcombs' threats may constitute witness tampering, but through it all, Lawrence County law enforcement, if it can even be accurately called that at this point, sits on its hands. If Shannon Clark or anyone else is hurt, that's on the sheriff and the prosecutor. We'll update you on this weird story as it continues to unfold. Everyone can rest assured that Shark will continue to investigate this disturbing scenario until we get to the truth wherever it lies. Stay tuned. I'm Steve Hindy for Showing Animals Respect and Kindness.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to see more of our investigations and learn what you can do to help Shark help animals. If you'd like to support Shark directly and gain access to exclusive content, please consider sponsoring us on Patreon.